Okay. Do want to go ahead and show you this though, the creation of text. So when it comes down to it, all drawings and all kinds of things have text on them. So we have a text panel that you see right here. An annotation is actually the more technical term. And you see you've got two options here. You've got a multi-line text and a single line text. What do you think the differences are between the two of them? One makes a lot of text, one makes one line of text. That's pretty much it. So your single line text is probably the quick and easy one. Watch this. I click on the button. It says give me a start point. Right there looks good. It says give me a height. I'll set to 0.5. That looks good. It says give me an angle. I'll set to 0 because I don't want this thing angled off in a funky direction. So I hit 0 and then I just get to type in my text. Now by the way, we typically always capitalize in blueprints or any type of work that we do. We rarely lowercase anything. So your caps lock typically needs to be on whenever you type something. So you can keep clicking on lines. Let's see. And when you're done, you've got lines of text. Each one is an individual line because I use the single line text command, so I have this. All right? It's very simple and straightforward. You hit the button, the text command, the single line text command, you give it a start point, you give it a height that you want your text to be, you get an angle you want your text to be, which typically is 0, and you just start typing out whatever you want to. And you hit enter twice to be done. Okay? Again, all this material is provided in the training, step by step, and you know, pretty detailed, so you can go through that. But just real quickly, let's just go give it a shot. Just step up, use your annotation tab, find your single line text command, and go add 3 lines of text. Put your name, put your class, put your date, somewhere on the screen. It's fine. Just see if you can do what I've done. Okay. Now, I want to show you the distinct difference between the single line text and the multi-line text. Now, when folks actually want us to do specialized text with letters and cutouts and fabrication or even additive, they want fancy fonts. You can't get fancy fonts with single line text, or you can't even write out long paragraphs of information like specifications on drawings with single line text. You have to actually use multi-line. So here we go. Watch this. I hit the tool, I choose multi-line, and this time it's not asking for a point per se, it's asking for a zone. And we make a zone by selecting 2 different spots. So I give it one corner and another corner, and it creates basically a blackboard kind of writing zone. Okay? It almost looks like a word processor. You'll notice it's got the ruler here, it's changed the ribbon. Look at all my options. I got my height, I've got bold, underline, italicize, I've got my font choice, I've got color controls. So this time, I might choose to not use Arial, but I might use, let's go, how about Bank Gothic? And I might choose to underline and bold my writing. So now I start typing. Spell it right. And now I've got all kinds of new features. What if I want to italicize after the fact? Not a problem. I click and drag, and I hit the italicize, and now I've got a little bit of an angle, a little bit more stylish. What if I want to change the height a little bit? Well, I've got it still highlighted here by clicking and dragging, and I can change my height to a different value. Perhaps we'll say 0.75. I could even increase the size of my little typing zone if I want to. All right. What if I want to indent and all those other features? All available to you with this mtext command. Now, when I'm done, I want to complete my work so it doesn't lose it. I can either hit close here, or I could just click off into the outside zone, and it accepts it. And now I have a complete group of text with whatever font I like. What if I want to go change the font after the fact? Again, not a problem. You double click on it, highlight it, and go choose a different font. Let's go, how about this one? This one's fancier. There we go. You got your good old-fashioned Times New Roman somewhere in here. There we go. So you can create whatever you want to with this and add whatever kind of font. So the M-text is your fancy, lot of lines, a lot of options, more like your word processor. Your single line text is just for getting stuff done. So take a moment, go try to do what I've done. Make sure you keep your caps on, but use the M-text to create 3 lines and also make them different font, maybe underline something, maybe make it bold, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and just do that real quick. All right, any questions on the M-text? All right, I'm going to show you a really nifty trick, okay? So, when you create text, and I'm just going to do a quick little trick here. And this is real crucial if you want to use this for fabrication and plasma cutting, those kind of things, or any kind of cutting for that matter. When you create text, you have to be real careful in how you generate. You have to be really, how to say this? You have to understand the plasma cutter cannot just look at this text, or any kind of cutting machine look at this text and cut out these letters. It doesn't think that way. All it thinks about is lines. This text is not a line, right? It's a big bunch of imagery. So we need to find a way to convert this piece of text to just good old-fashioned lines so our cutter system can identify it. Here's how you do it. First off, your one quick solution is just to take a polyline and trace around each letter. Get the way you like, trace around it, you'll be done. Or you can do this. There's a little command called TXT-EXP. It stands for text explode. TXT-EXP. I'll even write it out right here. TXT-EXP. If you ever want to do any kind of extrusions based on text or any kind of coding based on text, you want to know this command. So I type the tool in, I hit enter, I select objects, and watch what happens up on the screen. When I do it, it converts to this. And you might think you're done. You might think, yep, that took care of it, I'm good to go. But actually not. You've got to do another step. So you have to actually use the other explode button, which is right here on modify, which we'll cover later on. But you hit the explode button, you select everything one more time, you hit enter, and now it's fully exploded. And now I can go through and get rid of this, and get rid of this, get rid of this little line here, this little line here, and get rid of these 2 little lines, and that one, and this line right there. And now I'm a lot closer to being, missed that little E thing there. I'm a lot closer to getting this thing into a cuttable pattern. Now the text has been reduced to lines, or just lines. But here's the question for you all. What if I want to go back and change my font style? Can I do that now? No. I mean, this is just lines now. I have to go recreate the text and do it all over again. So you don't want to do that text explode until the very end. Otherwise, you're going to have to recreate. You know, it's just, you don't want to do it that way. Get it all done the way you like it first, then do your text explode and convert from there. But that's a great little tool that involves the text command, TXT-EXP. Comes in real handy when it comes to extrusions and CNC tools of some type. Questions? All right.